There's a rumor going around that Joshua Block, aka World of T-Shirts, has pancreatitis.
Ow!
What happened?
Ow! Ow! Ow!
What happened? What happened? What happened?
Pain on the left side,
The pancreas, right?
probably.
I'm not a doctor. I'm not gonna sit here and explain that to you, but essentially what that means is he was drinking too much and now his body is destroyed. If you don't know who World of T-Shirts is, I feel like that's a blessing, honestly. I feel like before I can give a true background on Joshua Block, I have to bring up Daniel Larson. Daniel Larson was the first like TikTok lolcow. Lolcows are people who the internet use strictly for laughs. They don't look at them as real people. None of their like hardships that they go through are actually a thing to these people. They are strictly just a joke. That's like what people perceive them as on the internet. And TikTok being, the most accessible app in the world, the easiest app to download and start posting and gain traction on, there's a lot of people like Daniel Larson, like World of T-Shirts that got on this app and started posting. And as their traction went up, so did the amount of people looking to take advantage of them. Daniel Larson was like the epitome of what these people were looking for when it comes to a lolcow. He was gullible, he was volatile, but most of all, he was disabled. And for some reason, these people on the internet are looking to latch on to someone like this. So boom, Daniel Larson is at the pinnacle of what a lolcow could reach. And of course, his life gets ruined. He starts meeting people that are reaching out to him on fake accounts, making him think that like famous people are trying to talk to him, all whilst he's like going homeless and like getting genuine diseases. If I'm not mistaken, on top of the fact that Daniel Larson has autism, he has like paranoid schizophrenia. So like people are calling him, pretending to be the government, pretending that they're gonna come and get him. And of course, this drives him insane. Fast forward to today, Daniel Larson is in prison for calling the White House, calling the Pentagon, and like saying that he's gonna come and do an attack. Essentially, I won't say the words that he said in specific, but he said he was going for the president. He said he was going for the president. Now that I've given you guys kind of the groundwork of the original lolcow of TikTok, we can kind of move on to our present day lolcow. Our present day disabled person that no one seems to see as a real human being. I'm of course talking about World of T-Shirts, aka Joshua Block. Josh's career kind of started the same way. Bro was posting videos. You could very obviously see that he was a disabled person, and people love that. It's almost as if people on the internet have never met someone with autism, never met someone who was slightly different from them at all. So he starts posting these videos before he's of age. He's like 18, 19, 20 posting videos, like really gaining traction. So fast forward to a little bit before his 21st birthday. Joshua's still consistently posting, still just making his little videos, going to the city. And people start commenting, Josh, aren't you going to turn 21 soon? Isn't this going to be an issue? Before we go any further, I want to make it very clear. None of this is Josh's fault whatsoever. A lot of people will see a man with special needs and for some reason kind of ignore the fact that he is still a person with special needs and just treat them as if they're just a regular human. I see comments all the time talking about, if I saw Joshua, I'd punch him. I'd drop him right now. If he came up and did any of that crap to me, oh, I'd take him down. Mind you, this is a man who can kind of barely understand what's happening. He can do enough to get himself through the day. When it comes to like really understanding a situation, he can't. And that's exactly why the people on the internet have such an influence over them. So, Joshua's 21st birthday rolls around. And I kid you not, since the first day that Josh started drinking, he has not stopped. And this is where I really want to highlight again. This is a man with special needs. A man that everyone knows has a pretty mild to severe autism. And if you know anything about autism or alcoholism, the two go hand in hand. A lot of people with autism will go and build a routine off of the things that feel good to them. And you'll see a lot of autistic people have the same routine. They'll go and they'll have this certain thing that makes them feel really comfortable, that makes them feel really good after they've been exhausting themselves doing other things that don't make them feel comfortable. And that's the exact reason why Josh is neck deep in alcoholism. Joshua lives a life of posting on the internet and having people constantly harass him, constantly give him comments about whatever it is that they're talking about. And these comments are real, so real to him, combined with the stress of needing money, combined with the stress of, all of these major issues that really no other autistic people in history have had to face. So you take all these things that are happening to Josh, and then boom, you give him alcohol, the most accessible, most normalized drug that can make someone with autism not feel so stressed out consistently. So of course, Josh sticks with the bottle. And like I said, since he first started drinking, since he first started posting his drinking videos, he has not stopped. It has been every single day, because he is an autistic person who's built a routine around this detrimental drug. And then in comes Mr. Based. Who's Mr. Based? Who's Mr. Based? The ultimate instigator, the ultimate troll, the person who's really pushing Josh to do the things that he's doing today. Mr. Based is essentially someone who's been watching Josh's content and somehow got his hands on Josh, and was for a couple, 6, 7, maybe almost a year, was using Josh for his own content, and pretty much just built a name off of being the guy that's ruining Joshua's life, essentially. Mind you, Mr. Based did hard time for being a drug dealer, and also was somehow involved with the death of a young woman. So you've got this guy who has a history of just doing conniving ass shit, just being not a good person, with this autistic guy who's so easy to take advantage of and just blow up off of. So naturally, they lock in. Joshua's getting used like a mug. Mr. Based is coming up. He's lit. And now Josh has pancreatitis because he's been drinking alcohol literally every single day since he turned 21. And you'd think okay, that's probably the point where someone like Josh might be this is probably not a good thing. Maybe I should slow down. Maybe somebody around him would be hey, you can't do this anymore. No, he was actually drinking the day he got out of the hospital. The day he got out of the hospital for having major drinking issues, he was drinking more liquor. So there's not very many people on the internet that I find myself feeling bad for, in terms of you kind of breed the audience you garner. But when it comes to people like Daniel Larson, when it comes to people like World of T-Shirts, their audience is really just thrown at them and forced into their face. And not only in their face in the internet, but everywhere. They're meeting these people in real life. These people are harassing them wherever they go, whether it's on their phone or if they're physically going somewhere. No matter what they're doing, where they're going, they're being harassed. And then you combine that with people inside of their lives introducing them to things that they know are only going to do them bad. There really are times where I find myself thinking about World of T-Shirts, thinking about Daniel Larson, and feeling genuinely so bad that these people have to live these lives. They really do live a life of torture, every day, not fully understanding what's happening to you, fully understanding what's going on, not knowing the intentions of people that are around you, being so neck deep in drugs that are really messing you up. It's such a sad life that they have to live, that they were forced into. Like I said, there's not a lot of people that I can feel bad for. There's not a lot of people I can be damn, that was not your fault. But these guys, it's wow, how did this happen to y'all? I really do hope Joshua Block can get past this and be okay after being diagnosed with something like that. In the long run, regardless of his diagnosis, I'm really praying that he can move past his alcoholism and not pass away on us. That's really the path that he's leading down right now, if he continues to drink the way he's drinking, is we will not have him around anymore. That's about all I have. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm almost at 10K subs. Let's please do the right thing. Just do the right thing. Subscribe. Just subscribe to me. And that's it. But before you go find a woman that you love in your life and tell her that. Tell her I love you.
That's a flood warning. I walked in this bitch, I had a tub on me. There's not no rap check, this here from drug money. See auntie on the humbug, she good to get a dub from me.